The first exercise in the mat is the 100. It's an introductory level, and we do 10 repetitions. Those can be counted as 100 pumps of the arms or 10 full breaths. The goal of this exercise is to breathe, right? To get the body breathing and to coordinate the breath and the mind together. This exercise increases circulation, it centers the mind and the body in preparation for the mat, and it's a big challenge for the powerhouse. We think of it almost as our mat warm-up. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the exercise setup. The student is lying down, centered on the mat with the knees bent. Go ahead and lie down, Emily. The arms are long beside them with the fingers and the thumbs together. The knees are level and together, pulled into center line, and they're ready to go. Powerhouse is engaged, and we want to get them moving. So, where do we start this? The initiation comes from way up between the ears. So go ahead and come back down again. As Emily moves, I'm going to put my fingers here, and she's going to actually lengthen her head and nod her chin down, and then keep curling up as though she's rolling up a piece of paper. The ribs stay down. Lifting the head puts the powerhouse in action. The next step is to raise the knees into the body. The arms reach long, and they come out about 6 to 8 inches above the hips and pump, inhaling for 5 pumps of the arms and exhaling for 5 pumps of the arms. Go ahead and come down, Emily. So the initiation pattern again starts all the way up at the atlas axis. The gross movement pattern, again, it's really just the arms moving. The arms are moving and the rest of the body is held still. Now, let's take a look at that. Go ahead and slide up again, bring the knees in, start pumping the arms, and we want the student to challenge themselves. So they come up in Pilates stance and they reach the legs away as low as they can maintain the low back to the mat. At an introductory level, that's going to be at about 45 degrees for most students. Go ahead and put your head down. So it's a tough exercise, and the body almost looks like a canoe, and the arms can be paddling. We sometimes use cues like bounce a super ball under your hands to get that brisk action. Precision points. Go ahead and come right up, lift the legs right up and out, and pump. So we want to make sure that the pump of the arms stays above the abdominal walls, and that it's 6 to 8 inches and not like a bumblebee. The body is raised to the inferior tips of the shoulder blades here, and look how still everything is. We want the head still, the ribs drawn into the body. We want to see the inner thighs pulled strongly together and the seat on. Go ahead and come down. Whew, she's got to work hard on this demo of the 100. Common errors. There's a lot that can go wrong in this exercise. And one of the main things that goes wrong is the head patterning. So the student lifts their head up and they're looking at the ceiling, and you can see there's an unbroken line at the neck. We want the eyes firmly into the abdominals here. Another thing that can go wrong, go ahead and pat with the wrists, the hands flapping and losing that energy. Go ahead and take a rest. The belly bulging and the back arching, that would look a little bit like this, right? We want all that down and lengthened onto the mat. Those are the common errors that are most oftenly seen. Now, the rhythm and dynamics of this is brisk. We want to keep it moving, and it's a strong, crisp in for 5 and out for 5. Let's take a look at it in real time. You ready, Emily? She's like, I can't wait to do more hundreds. The 100, bring your chin to your chest, your knees to your chest. Stretch your legs up and pump. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Legs away, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Belly deep, abs deep. Stretch your legs, zip your abs. Head still, keep pumping. In with the air, out with the air. Full deep, exhalation. Last time, and empty all the air and pull yourself right in and give yourself a hug. So, big, vigorous exercise, and that's what it looks like in 10 repetitions. Now, when we're doing this exercise, it's really the first exercise many students learn. we've got to ensure their safety with our hands. And so with this exercise, often we come in and we give a guiding touch. I can take one hand to the skull and I can use pressure on these ribs to make sure she's down. Another touch I might give is go ahead and take your legs out too low. I might give a little guiding touch by just raising the legs to where they need to be to ensure back safety. And I might give her a move into touch by taking my hand under her heels and having her press into me to activate that heel to seat connection. Go ahead and come down. Signs of readiness. This is an introductory exercise, so it's good for almost everybody. You want to make sure that before you just dive into this exercise, that you've introduced your students to the basic fundamentals of the head nod neck curl and iso abs. Building blocks for this exercise. One of the things I love about Pilates is we can make any exercise easier or harder. And in this instance, if you think about applying the concept of making it easier, if you think about it, the easiest version of this exercise is to just breathe in for 5 and out for 5. Let's say you're working with a weaker student. Maybe they need to keep their feet down and they curl their head up and they do their pumps from here until they're strong enough and stable enough to bring the knees into the chest. And then the next step is legs to the ceiling, just like we're progressing it. And then finally at the ideal level, all the way down into eye level. Let's take a look at the transition, because in the mat, one exercise goes into the next. We say this goes into this, and we want the mat to be seamless and fluid. So Emily, will you give me one more repetition? Chin to the chest for the 100, knees to the chest, stretch right out to your point of control and pump. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, the roll up. Emily's gonna bend her knees into her body, bring her feet down till they touch the mat. The head goes down. And then simultaneously, the hands come up as the legs go out for the next exercise in the mat, the roll up.